So today I'm working on a project here for the sawmill, and what I really need is some places to stack the lumber once I saw it, and something I can move around easily. I don't want anything fixed in one particular place. So I've got a lot of iron here that has just been scrapped that I'd picked up years back, and so I'm thinking about using this and making me some tables. So I have this angle iron, and they're a little over 20 feet long. So I think the first two here, this one and this one, are the same size. So I'm gonna cut them to 16 feet, and then that'll give me 4 foot, a little over 4 foot on the ends. And then I'll weld that up, and that'll give me one frame. So for any long lumber, 16 feet, 20 feet, whatever, I can lay on top of there for stacking. And then that other one on the far side over here, that one, I think I'm gonna cut it to 10 foot, and then I'll use this other wider beam right here for the end pieces. Or I'm sorry, I got that backwards. I'm gonna use this bigger beam here for the 10-foot sections, and then I'm gonna use the outer beam there for the end sections, and I'll make a 10-foot table out of that. So that way, I mean, I can store 8 foot, 10, whatever on there, 12, without it flexing and bending too much. That's my goal anyway. That's what I'm after. As long as I have a place where I can easily stack the board, sticker them, and then I can use that and really get it up off of the ground so that I'm not bent over lifting too high. So I'm gonna build these probably about 16 inches off of the ground, and that way, as I stack, you know, I can stack the lumber up, sticker it, and then from there I can band it up, and then I can just leave it. I can just cover the top of it and let it air dry, or I can come in, stick it with the forks, and move it around, whatever I need to. So that's what I'm working on right now, and we'll see how far I get with it today. Okay, so that's one down. Get the other one cut. Then I can use those and start welding up the frame, and then I'll have to start cutting some feet, or some legs, and some feet. Okay, so I got that 4 feet cut off, and then down here I got another 4 feet cut off. So that'll be my long table. That'll be 16 foot long. I'll make some legs for it. Now this next one over here, I've got cut, or I'm fixing to cut at 10 foot 1 inch, and that'll give me a 10-foot table in length. And I'm gonna use that last section of beam there, and I'm gonna cut some 4 foot ends off of that. And that'll make up my 4 foot by 10 foot, and then I'll have a 4 foot by 16 foot table. So these, once I get legs and stuff mounted on them, I'll be able to just pick them up with my forks on the tractor and move them around to wherever I'm staging at, and whatever I need, you know, wherever I need them set up at. And then once I get the lumber stacked on there, then all I got to do is cover them up, and then I can just leave them there. And then if I need to move them around, I can just go pick up the stack of lumber off of them, move the table around, and depending on weight and how much I got stacked on them. You know, my tractor, it can pick up maybe around 3,000 pounds, maybe not quite that much, 2,800, something like that. But it's definitely gonna make it a lot easier, and it'll be up off the ground, and I won't have to be bending over as much to sit there and stack lumber on them. So Well, I didn't get it finished up today, but I got a late start on it anyway. But I got the top frame put together for the most part. Got all the interior welds done. I'll have to flip it over and get the exterior welds finished up. But then I'll work on cutting the legs and getting those mounted, and then getting the cross braces put over the top. So I'm working on the 16-foot table now, and then after I get this one done, I'll move over to the 10-foot table and start working on that one. So if you run across somebody who's getting rid of some iron and says, hey, do you want it? It might be beneficial to go ahead and get it. I've been holding on to this for a little while. I probably had this for quite a few years, and wasn't sure really what I was going to do with it. And as I've been working on getting the sawmill business set up and working, I've noticed that I needed some extra tables for stacking. And that is where all of this comes in handy. So this here is a table that I had also built, and it's in a previous video. But I wanted an extension table to where I could stack boards out on the side of the edger and then just grab them from here and run them through the edger when I'm ready. So fletchings and stuff that come off of the sawmill, I'm able to throw right on this side table, and then when I go to edge them, I can just flip them over and edge them. So, and all of this was out of that same stack of metal. So sometimes somebody's trash is somebody's treasure. You never know. But I'd hate to see what it would cost me right now to have to go buy some of this stuff if I had to do that. So I'm glad I got it, and I'm glad I'm able to weld it up and use it. So I think that's going to do it for today, and hopefully I'm going to get out here and get a good start on this tomorrow and see how far I can get. So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Well, I'll be back tomorrow. You're going to see me in just a second. So I'm back at it this morning. Come down early before the winds kicked up, started a fire just to burn off some old limbs and junk that I had out there. And wanted to get that done before they put a burn ban on. One of the counties to the north has already put one on, and I'm sure it's only a matter of time before we go under a burn ban as well, since there's not much rain in the forecast. So after I did that, I've been over here, I've been cutting the legs on the for the table, and I've got all of them kind of stood up in place, so I'm gonna clamp them in and get them welded on. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do as far as the feet goes. I've got some galvanized C-channel, so I may just see if I can weld that on or tack it on there for the feet. That way they just don't dig into the ground. So I may go get a piece of that and see if that's gonna fit. And once I get all of these welded up, I may put that C-channel on there for the feet and then flip the table over and see if we can get the runners made for the top. Okay, so these are just the legs propped up there. But that is what I am working on. So I think that's gonna work out pretty good. So give me your thoughts on this table. My thinking is that as I am sawing and offboarding the boards, I can just put them straight onto that table, and the table I can move wherever I want. So I can set it up whatever's easiest for offloading those boards. And then when I'm done, I'm pretty much done. I can just leave it there. I can sticker them, I can band it up, and basically just cover it up and let it dry. And then when I'm ready, I can just come with the tractor and lift it up off of the table and go from there. So I'm thinking about, I think I got enough metal I can build me maybe 3 tables, different lengths. So this one here is going to be 16 foot. Then I've got another 10 foot ready to go over there to put together and weld up. And then I may end up building me a scrap table. So all of my scraps that are coming off, I can set that one up to where I can just back drag them off of the sawmill onto that table, and then come back and chop them up for firewood later on. So I don't know. Let me know. Give me your thoughts. So I've got the legs all welded on. So the next thing I'm gonna work on is getting the feet put on. And let me show you what I got to do that with. So I've got this galvanized channel, and it won't fit over the feet without notching that channel. So I think I'm going to lay that channel up there, mark where I need to notch it out, and just cut that with a torch real quick, and then I can put that on. So once I get these feet put on, then I'll get the tractor over here, take the forks, flip it over, and then I can start working on the top deck. And what I'm gonna do there is I've got some angle iron that I'm gonna lay and to where it'll be the corner edge sitting on top, and that way when the boards are laying across there, they won't have a lot resting. So as they're drying, I won't have to worry about a lot of surface of the board resting on anything. And then they'll also raise it up off of the deck, so then whenever I come in to pick the stack up with the forks, I can just slide up underneath it and pick it up. Well, I'm getting close. I've got the feet put on, and I'll walk you around that here in a second to show you. And I just finished cutting the cross members that are going across the top and got them laid out, and then I'm fixing to weld them up. So let me walk you over there and show you what I got so far. Okay, so give you a look here. So I got my feet on the bottom, and so that's just galvanized channel that I had, and so I just notched them out and tacked them on. And then this here is the angle iron that I've got, and then I'm using that on each set of legs, and that is what I will stack my lumber on. All right, I think I'm done with it. Let's take a look. So now all I need is some lumber to stack on it. So if you need some lumber, give me a call, J&L Lumber. All right, I appreciate everybody watching, and for those of you that have subscribed, and if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so. Click that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, let me know you like the video, and hopefully we'll get to sawing here before too long. Well, after a long day's work, I'm gonna end it by doing a little fishing. So walk out here to my pond, and we'll see if they're biting.